everybody, how you doing today? Mr. Slush here. I wanted to do just another video, a little bit more detailed video on one of my all-time favorite trees. This tree is a superfood. It is a miracle tree. It is not a fruit tree, but it is so nutritious that I use it and eat it every day. This tree is the Moringa, and it is just a phenomenal tree that I can't even begin to scratch the surface of all the various benefits and medicinal qualities and nutritional facts, disease fighting capability. This tree can cure up to 300 some odd diseases from what I was seeing, and it just has so many benefits that I can't help but do yet another video on it. And I just want to outline and show you how I go about incorporating this into my daily routine, how I go about consuming the green leaves each and every day, just on a regular basis. And I want to show you how I go about doing it, but I wanted to give you some details. So it is known as the miracle tree, and it's praised for being a superfood. All parts of this tree can either be eaten or used as a medicinal ingredient. The Moringa tree is loaded in antioxidants. It may lower the blood sugar levels. It may reduce inflammation. It can lower your cholesterol. It protects the liver. It's good for your stomach. It's great for bone health. It can help you with weight management. It is great for your skin as well as your hair. It improves the nervous system. It can be a detoxification, and it helps your vision. And the leaves are very high and rich in vitamins A, C, B1, B2, B3, B6, as well as it has a great source of magnesium, iron, calcium, phosphorus, and zinc. It is rich in amino acids, which are the building blocks of the proteins, and it has 18 types of amino acids, which are found in the leaves. So this tree has been incorporated into many of the impoverished areas of Africa, and since it's been incorporated into those impoverished areas, they have seen significant increases in the health and well-being of all those that consume it. And so it is just a phenomenal tree, not only for daily consumption, but also to use within the garden. So I know that anytime I use this tree to fertilize or to use it as a component of my compost or in my Korean natural farming jadam, I know that it's just adding all those various nutrients and minerals, the trace minerals, and all the various aspects that this tree provides. It is putting it into liquid form or into solid form for the compost. When I bury the leaves around trees, it's adding all those various elements into my garden, and everything just benefits. And this tree is so prolific. This tree, from just one season's worth of growth, is probably reaching 17, 18 feet tall. It's in full flower. It is just loaded with insects. I just saw a monarch butterfly on one of the flowers. It has all kinds of pine ladybugs, and just little miscellaneous moths and lacewings, and there's a little butterfly there if you can see it. And so it is just beautiful. It's a beautiful tree, and it's one I love to consume every day. I eat the leaves. I'll eat them fresh if I'm out here. I didn't mention that it makes an excellent animal fodder. I feed it to my chickens, and in turn they make me very nutritional eggs. So I passively consume all the various nutrients through my chickens and their egg laying capabilities. And so I noticed too that when I feed, through the warmer months when I have access to this tree versus the winter months when I don't, the yolks of the egg are very dark orange, and so they're just loaded with minerals and nutrients and all those various micronutrients. And so it's an excellent tree to have for chicken fodder, for any animal that would eat green leaves. They will benefit from it. And so it has a multiple facet use. And let me just take you over to my plant station. I want to show you how I go about processing these leaves down so that I can use them in my everyday life. Hang tight. Okay, YouTube, welcome back. I'm over here at my plant station, and I've got it all set up so that you can see the progression of how I go about processing this plant. And so I've had some leaves already dried out. I usually have a continuous run of leaves drying. And so just to start with, I went and took about 10 branches of leaves. I have these little wired things that you can put around produce, and so I'll put them around the end of these, and then I'll just hang them up inside of my shed where it gets pretty warm, and I'll just hang them up for a few weeks, and I'll just allow them to dry naturally upside down, and so they'll turn into this end product here after a few weeks. Some folks will put these through the dehydrator, and I've done that in times past, but I really don't see any difference from doing it naturally like this versus the dehydrator. The only thing is, doing it like this with the bundles, you will get some of these smaller little branches, the micro branches where the leaves actually attach to the larger portions of the stem, but I really don't mind that because I just grind it all down, which I'll show you in a second. So I'll usually do between about 5 or 6 of these bundles at a time, so quite a bit, and I'll allow them to hang naturally for a few weeks. And once they're fully dried in this state here, I will grab a big red bowl or whatever big bowl I can get my hands on, undo the tie on them. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. And I'll just get them inside the bowl, and I'll just start massaging them with my hands. And I'll pretty much crush them down into as small as pieces as I can get. And I'll hand pick out, I do one bunch at a time, and I'll hand pick out larger stems like this. And I'll just kind of go through and, just pick them out. It takes a little bit, but I can get them down to the micro stem level on the leaf, and then from there I'll just manually crush the leaves with my hands. And from there, what I do is I grab some glass mason jars, and so as you can see here, I've got some leaves inside of the mason jar. I'll date it. I'll put an oxygen absorber as well as some desiccants within the glass mason jar, and I'll just put those away. And so that'll be put inside of the pantry where I can have those long term. And then whenever I need it, this is my daily application. So I've got a grinder here. As you can see, I've got some of those micro stems in here, but it all grinds up and it's all edible. It's all great for consumption. And so I'm almost due for a refill, but I've got plenty of these within my pantry. I've probably got a few years supply of Moringa, and they stay fresh, they stay good. I just keep the oxygen absorber and the desiccant in there just to prolong the life, but they stay good for many years. And so I just continuously keep my stock going. But what I do with these is I put this on everything I cook. I'm the primary cook in our household, And so if I'm cooking steaks, I'll put this onto the steak as a rub or a seasoning. And anything I cook, whether it be spaghetti, tacos, meats, you name it, salads, I'll put this on it, and it'll just be a seasoning. And I put it very heavily in everything, and it tastes great. It's got a very good flavor. It enhances the flavor of everything I put it on. And so that is our primary means of consumption, is I just use it as a seasoning, as a powder in everything I cook. If I'm cooking macaroni and cheese, I put it in there. If I'm doing green beans on the stove, I put it in there. You name it, that goes in it. It's just like salt and pepper in my house. It goes pretty much into everything. And so that is how we consume it here on a regular basis, and we go through it pretty quick. And then in salads, in tacos, I'll run out and I'll just grab, if it's in the warmer months when the tree's producing leaves, I'll go out and I'll grab a branch or two, and then we'll eat it fresh. And anything that can use a leafy green, such as that. And so it is just so worth it to incorporate this into your diet. I very rarely get sick. Very rarely does anybody in my household get sick. We've been consuming this for years and years, and it is just such a great addition to any diet. I encourage you, go online and research it. Go online, research all the medicinal properties and the health benefits and everything that this tree has to offer. You'll just be blown away at the amount of features and benefits that it provides. It is truly a miracle tree, and every person needs to be growing one of these. Even if you live in a temperate climate, I had a subscriber mention that it only grows in tropical areas, and it can be grown as an annual. And if you go online and buy seeds, you can grow it year after year as an annual. And if you keep it in a pot, then you can just bring it in and overwinter it. So you can dwarf these in pots. And if you've got a warmer location in colder areas, like inside of a sunroom, or if you have a greenhouse, or inside of a garage, if it stays warmer in there, as long as it doesn't get below freezing, it'll make it. So, and we've actually had a couple, probably one night so far that it's gotten down to freezing, and the tree has not shriveled and died yet. So I think they could probably go a little bit below freezing temps. But you'll just have to play with it. I think the stronger the tree, the older the tree, the more established it is, the more hardier it'll be. So you'll have to play with it. In pots, it's probably not going to be as hardy. But it's so worth it to incorporate this into your diet, into your garden, to use it as a fertilizer. If you saw the most powerful liquid fertilizer video I made, and look at the nutrient values that it's got, it's incredible. And it's got all the micronutrients, it's got the minerals, and so it is just so worth it to incorporate this. So I can't say enough good things about this, and I hope you research it and give it a try, and I hope it blesses you. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you have a great day today, and Lord bless you. Take care. Bye-bye.